Love, peace, and health. Back with another one, and today we are talking about self mastery, which goes hand in hand with knowledge of self. Self mastery is your external self, that which we see whenever you present yourself. Knowledge of self is your internal self in darkness. No one knows this about you until you express it. At one point, we made a entry into the physical plane, into this 3D realm. At one point, we made entry into this physical plane, which we call the third dimension. For us to observe ourselves in the other dimensions, we need to observe the traits that are coming from that dimension. Let me explain. We are 9 ether beings. We are 9 ether beings, which means we have 9 dimensions that we can account for. Beyond the 9th dimension, this is beyond what we call the spirit. The 3rd dimension is what we call the physical body. The 6th dimension is what we call the mind. The 9th dimension is what we call spirit. Body, mind, and spirit. We use the body to observe. The first thing that we did was enter this physical space, this physical realm. It is a spirit inhabiting a mind, creating a mind for itself, and then creating a body for itself. Then we get born. Once we get born, we get this same path that we walk in reverse. So now it is you gaining a body, becoming a young kid. That is when you get your own mind. That is when you get a mind of your own. This is when you develop your own mind while you are in this physical body already. I hope that you understand where I'm trying to get at. You have the body already, but you still need to develop the mind. Then whenever your mind is developed, you become aware of having an actual spirit, and not because it is told to you, but because you can feel it inside of you. Confirmatively. When we make this entry into the physical realm, one thing we are sure of, that we are already aware of ourselves. Just as how we have a 3rd dimensional body, we have a 9th dimensional body. Your 6th dimensional body is what they call mind. Your 9th dimensional body is what they call your spirit. And your body, mind, and spirit all have their own attributes, which makes that we can divide them in the section that they belong and observe them, so that we know what is physical, what is mental, and what is spiritual. And once we know which one belongs in which section, we know how to look at them and how to attend to them. Self-mastery doesn't work if you do not know your internal self. And this has to do with our internal self, because first we make the entry into this physical realm, and the only thing that we express is awareness of self and a urge to express this. The 9th dimension is the furthest observation point. The urge that we show, the urge that is making us make the entry into this physical plane, is what at one point converts energy out of what we call ether. This is how you really get to free yourself, if you understand which aspect of yours belongs in which body, because you have more than one if you are multidimensional. What does it mean to be multidimensional? Being multidimensional means that you have multiple bodies in multiple dimensions. Let's be clear on that. The first thing that we do after our entry into the physical realm is, from ether we are creating matter. So from ether to matter, from nothing to something, happens in the 9th dimension. As soon as it becomes something, there is something to be expressed, there is something to be experienced, there is a reaction to be seen or to be felt. And in this case, it's light, which also bear warmth. And that is within, that is internally. This is your fire element. But we will get to the elements in a bit. This is your light, your inner light. Our senses are directed to navigate into the outside world. So our inner world is something that we need to know. First, we have ether becoming matter, from nothing becoming something. And as soon as we have something that we can feel. And you are the visions that you have, the dreams that you have, your psyche, and the character that you have. These are natural to you. And your vision, that is your fire, that is your chemistry. Your dreams, that is your frequency, that is your air, the air that you breathe in to do exactly that, what you actually dream, that keeps you on a certain frequency. And in that frequency, you find your peak of joy. Your vision will show your vision will show you what your gift is. Your dreams will show you the direction in which you need to go. Your character carries the knowledge, and your psyche determines the shape. And this is what makes all humans humans. For everyone, this is the same. Doesn't matter what your dream is, it doesn't matter what it is. This is the same for everybody. This is where knowledge of self becomes self-mastery. Now you know what it is about yourself that is the master before we can even mention self-mastery. It's all energy, masculine and feminine energy, with water and fire being feminine energy and air and earth being masculine energy. Then we get the third dimension. In the third dimension, that is where we experience all the attributes in their most dense form, in their most heavy form. Fire, your chemistry, your vision, this third dimensional body, that is your art. And your art internally is your level of creativeness externally. No one can see what art piece you are going to make until it is done. The only thing that they see is they see you being creative. Your moon is your internal, your darkness, and your sun is your external, your shine. Internally, you move along with the stars, but outside, the only thing that people can see is you moving aligned with your purpose. The signal on top that comes down because of a certain purpose. That life force cuts down into this realm from the 9th to the 1st with a purpose. The first thing that you do with this purpose is create a vision. That vision is what you execute as a dream. That vision and that dream becomes the gift that you have and the direction that you are going with this gift. That voice that you hear in your head is also not here. That is your fourth dimensional self. You can hear your fourth dimensional self with your third dimensional body. These are confirmation points that you are really there wherever you are hearing yourself from. But this is for the next video. Knowledge of self and self-mastery. Your art shows you your creative self. Your stars shows you your alignment. So the direction that you are going is in alignment with your creative self. With your righteousness and wisdom, you keep your state healthy. And we will have the part 2 in which we're going to talk about that voice in our head, our fourth dimensional self. Love, peace, and health. Catch you in the next one.